Wyndham Clark just had a historic U.S. Open, winning his second Open in the process, setting a record for the lowest 36-hole score in U.S. Open history at Shinnecock. And while it was inspiring to see, certainly over Father's Day, there are 3 lessons that I pulled from this U.S. Open that relate to AI, your mindset, and how you can leverage AI better, all from Wyndham Clark and one from Scottie Scheffler. Number 1, and this came from Wyndham Clark as they were talking about his family, and his mom had breast cancer, and unfortunately she passed away, and they said one of the last things that she said to Wyndham, who at the time was contemplating if he was going to continue to play golf or not, and this changed his life. She said, play big. So much so that he turned this into a foundation or a charity, and it's a big part of his brand. But immediately when I hear those 2 words, play big, I was like, boom shakalaka. That is the playbook for success in AI. Because remember, it is just as easy for AI to write you an email as it is build you a rocket ship to the moon. So why in the world are we playing so small? And this is something where I'm always creating my own self-auditing techniques. One of my mantras is impress yourself. Another one can be play big. And my encouragement for you is to ask yourself this: what is the last big thing that you created with AI? Not just small, not just like regular what you normally do, like winning your second US Open championship and going down in history type big. Because one of the things that I certainly feel in my experience of using AI over the last 3.5 years is I consistently have to shatter my belief ceiling of what is possible, especially when you're already somebody who thinks big. You're like, boom, Rob, I'm all in. Let's go. Let's think big. Let's play with AI big. But what does that actually mean? And how are you designing that into your architecture, into your thinking, into your vision? As we speak right now, one of the books I'm reading again is 10X is easier than 2X. And it talks about 10X thinking, where if you want to 2X your business, just do more of the same. If you want to 10X your business, you have to do almost none of what you're doing right now and only focus on that one thing. And if you only focused on playing big in the AI era, man, you will see so much growth and success, because so many people, when I'm in everyday conversation about any number of things with entrepreneurship and personal growth to AI, everybody immediately just goes to the use cases and the tactics. Oh, Rob, can AI do this? Can AI do that? And I'm like, yo, I would rather teach you how to fish than give you a fish, because everything is on the table. And when you understand that everything is on the table with AI, then playing big is a big part of this, because most people are not going to do it. So let's move to number 2, and I love this. And Wyndham Clark, in his speech as he has the trophy and he's sitting there after 18 and they're interviewing him, said, "It's amazing what a year can do." So Wyndham Clark had previously won a U.S. Open, and it sounded like he ran into some speed bumps over the last year or 2, but recommitted to himself, played big, and came back saying, it's amazing what a year can do. And why is this so important? Because no matter where you are right now in the world of AI, you're at 0, you're dabbling, or you're straight crushing, printing stuff with Claude code all day, every day. It's easy to not realize the progress that we are making on a day-to-day basis. But I can tell you this: 1 year from now, your life can be completely different, because in the world of AI, days and weeks feel like years. I remember at the start of the year, and this is only like less than 6 months ago, I was exclusively using ChatGPT, and I had for 3 years in a row. Now, it feels gross to use ChatGPT, and I'm only using Claude for everything. And yes, I know that is a tool, but you are one conversation, one relationship, one AI build away from everything being completely different in your business. And from so many of the people that I work with, my clients as well as myself, we're not romantic about AI. We do not have technical backgrounds, but what we do have is this big vision for the future of what is possible when we leverage AI. And I can tell you over the last 3 years, nothing that I do looks the same year after year because of the AI era. And I share this as inspiration and encouragement for you because 1 year to create a completely different life in the best way possible. It doesn't mean we're getting rid of everything. We got friends and family and business and everything. I got it, but it's a perspective because those who are crazy enough to believe they can change the world do. And this is one of those little nuggets that I picked up when I heard this. Like, wow, it's amazing what a year can do. In AI, it is you can build a rocket ship in a year. You can build an autonomous business that has AI agents and workers and everything in between, or you could build a life for yourself where you're only working 4 hours a day. It can be anything. That is the beauty of playing big and designing in the AI era. And the third lesson from the US Open that I wanted to take out was actually about Scottie Scheffler. Scottie Scheffler was coming into the US Open. He'd won the other 3 majors. The US Open was the last one he needed to complete the career Grand Slam, something that Rory McIlroy did previously when he won the Masters last year. And they were asking Scottie about this, about the career Grand Slam at the US Open. And he said, it's appropriate to understand what's at stake, right? A throwaway line for 99% of people in the world. It's appropriate to understand what's at stake. And what did I hear from this? Man, imagine if everybody just put that line into Claude or ChatGPT and said, how does this apply to me and my business in using AI? Because if you jump on LinkedIn right now, 50% of the people are there with pickaxes being like, AI is the worst. I can tell that you're writing with that. Look at those M dashes. Look at all the bad things that you're doing there. And the other 50% of the people are sitting there being like, this is changing my business. I am preaching like Noah and Noah's Ark. Come over this way. We're going to make everything better. And there's these 2 conflicts right there. And one of the things that I really try and bring to the table with all of this, because number one, I have no AI background, no tech background, no coding background, so I'm not the AI developer speaking right here, but instead, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm someone whose goal every day is to make myself better today than I was yesterday. Been grinding on this bad boy for 16 years in a row. So I am unromantic about it. But how do I turn $1 into $1.50? So it is appropriate to understand what is at stake. And this does not mean you have to do or not do whatever the answer to the question is. But what is more important is our ability to ask the question, to give ourselves the awareness and the appropriate context of like, listen, I know we're in the AI era. The same way Scottie Scheffler knew. Listen, I'm at the US Open. I'm in the final pairing. If I win, I complete the career Grand Slam and go into already more rarefied air than he already is right there. Because one of the things I have on my whiteboard sitting right there, it says a willingness to ask questions, better questions. And that is the complete key to success in AI. And no matter where you are right now, one of the things that would serve all of us is it's appropriate to understand what is at stake. And what is at stake right now is legitimately the biggest opportunity in the history of the world ever to make your dreams and goals happen now, right? That's what the AI era has brought to us. You can chop it up however you want. You can use it for cooking, for parenting, for business, anything else. But the key word here is opportunity. And you don't have to do anything with it, but those of us who do, we're going to be placing those bets. And what I always like to say is place your bets and let the chips fall where they may. So my encouragement for you is to ask yourself, do you truly understand what is at stake right now with what is going on at AI? Because for me, I'm all in on my dreams and goals and living my best life ever, every single day, moment to moment. And when I saw AI, I was like, wow, I feel like I'm using the internet for the first time. I am all in. I know where this is going. So the stakes for me have never been higher in my entire life. I've also never been happier, more excited in building new things that I have never done before. So as a little bonus thing here, the number one skill you can learn in the AI era, and there's a lot of number one skills, it is signal recognition. Your ability to use what you hear or what you see as the clay that then you put into AI, or maybe you create something with here. Because I can guarantee you this, there's not a single other person in the world who watched the US Open on Father's Day, saw Wyndham Clark win, and then wrote down 3 different notes about how they relate to the AI era. Well, why? It's because I have signal recognition. I am always looking for words, phrases, sentence to take them, co-create on top of it, and see what can happen. So to wrap a bow on this and recap, the number one mindsets that we learned from the US Open and Wyndham Clark. Number 1, play big. It is your ticket to creating anything you want in the AI era. Number 2, it is amazing what a year can do. And I promise you, with a year in AI, you're a completely different human. And number 3, it's appropriate to understand what's at stake. You don't have to be about this life, or you could be, but just be aware that you can ask yourselves the questions to help you create the answers that'll put you in a position to get to where you want to go. And I would love to hear from you. Did you watch the US Open? And if so, do you have any takeaways that relate to the AI era? If so, shoot me a DM at Rob Cressy on Instagram or LinkedIn. Sending tons of love and good vibes your way. Here's to having an amazing rest of the day.